We're home! Can you believe it? After 20 months, almost 2 years, we finally are back at Pearson. And I'll tell you, it feels weird, you know, surreal. I'm looking forward to seeing family and friends and everything like that, but it almost felt like the boat was home. But we're gonna be glad. We're gonna start looking for a place. We have to find some place to live for the next at least a year, and if we don't sell the boat, we'll be heading back to Portugal in the winter in September. But hang on, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. First things first, we need to settle down, and fortunately my brother-in-law allowed us to stay in their place for a few days, and we didn't want to bother them too much, so we ended up going up to Red Leaves, which is where I started my last video, and I'll show you a little bit more of that. But first, we wanted to get acclimatized back to Toronto, see my favorite places, check out the grocery store. I'm really curious to see how prices are there, and see some family. So anyways, let's get right into it. I hope you enjoy.
Retirement, the final chapter. These are the adventures of the Great Banana. Its one-year mission: to explore strange new foods, to seek out new pastas, and new ways to screw things up. To boldly go where no banana has gone before.
All right, back in the Canadian grocery store. I am really curious to see the prices here because I haven't been here for like 2 years, and compare it to Europe. But we're here in Alongo. Tomatoes, $2.99. Those seem comparable. Actually, when you convert it to euros, that would be cheaper. Peppers really haven't changed much. Pineapples haven't changed much. Mushrooms look a little bit more expensive. Broccoli's about the same. Wine is a lot more expensive. Milk is definitely more expensive. Chips are more expensive, and worst of all, they don't have my favorite flavor that I only found in Spain, which is the Iberian ham. This is something interesting. In Europe, they don't actually have bacon like this. They don't have sliced bacon, sliced smoked bacon anywhere. Okay, here's the big question. Beef. So we're looking at $40 per kilo for ribeyes, and for tenderloin, oh, that's tri-tip, that's not even tenderloin. Beef tenderloin, $99 per kilo. Holy cow. Prime A, rib cap, okay, that's $55 per kilo. Wow, okay, that is definitely more expensive. All right, veal chops, $44 per kilo. Ground beef. You know, the steaks in Portugal was $11 per kilo versus $40. Bread is actually looks to be about the same price as in Europe. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's way cheaper than Europe. $5 for a box of Haagen-Dazs. That's 5 Canadian. That's only about what, 3 3.25 euro. That was the quick runaround. I'll check out more stores in more detail later on, but here's our Starbucks coffee. Now, they did have Starbucks in Europe, so but it's still nice to be home. However, our next stop is a staple of Canada that I've terribly missed over the last 2 years, and we're going there next. Here we are, my favorite Tim Hortons. I'm going for my Tim Hortons breakfast sandwich. Oh. What I have right here, my favorite breakfast, that's a hash brown, that's an English muffin, sausage and egg, my black Tim Hortons coffee, and look at this treasures, a 20-pack of assorted Timbits. Let's give this a try. Oh, that's so good. That's Canadian goodness right there. And it was 13 Canadian, 13.99. So that's like €7. So actually, prices in Canada for breakfast, I think, is about on par with Europe. So one of the great things about Canada is the multiculturalism. I mean, just take a look at all the different stores and restaurants and things. Now the advantages is that yeah, you get some amazing food. You have all sorts of cultures and different people. When we were at the Tim Hortons, we didn't see a single white person. But, you know, one of the disadvantages is that you kind of have no real national pride. But thanks to Trump, we're rallying under one flag again. So thanks, President Trump. So as I mentioned before, we had made plans to go up to Red Leaves, which is this kind of like this timeshare place that we've owned for quite some time. And it's up in a place called Muskoka, which is just a couple hours away from the main city of Toronto. And it's beautiful there. We love it there. And we go as often as we can. So we're going to relax here a little bit, and then we have to head back into Toronto because we've got so much to do. So as you know, the Great Banana likes to forage. And one of my favorite things to forage are wild leeks. And in about 5 minutes, we were able to pick pretty much a whole bag of it, if you know where to look. And basically they come every spring, and they last for about 3 weeks to a month every year, and they're absolutely delicious. They taste like a cross between onion and garlic, and you can tell that they're wild leeks by they usually have 2 leaves, very flat leaves, smooth, no hair on them. The stalks are usually white, but as they get older, you'll see them turn purple, and they have a white bulb with this skin on top. So basically what I do is I process them and I just clean them in some cold water, separate out the leaves, which will be used for soups and things like that, and quiches. And then the ones with the bulbs, usually I save that for barbecuing or frying or just eating out of hand. They're really tasty. Around this time of year, also you'll start getting some of the mushrooms come up, and some of the boletes, but you'll get kuruki, the what do they call them? Chanterelles, and they're delicious as well. So while that looks like a lot, that bag actually wasn't that much. I mean, they cooked down really fast, and we're a little bit disappointed at this year's crop because maybe it's because it was pretty cold and we were there a little too early, but there wasn't a lot to be found. So anyways, here's us foraging. While we were here for, I guess, just over a week, we were also spending a lot of time looking for places to live and getting real estate agents to give us video tours of various condos. Spoiler alert, we did find something that was really nice. We're really happy about it. But anyways, yeah, here's a little bit about more of our time at Red Leaves. We're just here to have lunch at the Rock, a beautiful Muskoka golf course. For any of you golfers out there who haven't played in the Muskoka region, it's a must. It's really different. Courses are really challenging. You have a lot of exposed granite outcrops, beautiful fairways nestled in forests. Anyways, yeah, it's a must if you're a golfer. And the week flew by, and before you know it, we had to head back to Toronto and go secure our condo. But before that, there's a place that we had to stop at. And this is an institution. When you come to Muskoka, you gotta come to Weber's. They actually had to build this overpass over the highway because people were getting killed going across the highway to get to this hamburger place. How's that? And right when we got back, it was go, go, go. In the span of, 3 days, we ended up closing on our condo, buying a car, moving in, and before you know it, it was time to get ready for yet another trip. But this one was a little bit of a surprise, and I'll show you why. This is how the Great Banana rolls. Look at that, VIP service. Crazy seems to run in the family. We are here at the airport about to embark on our road trip to Halifax because this guy right here decides to buy a car 18 hours away in Halifax. What is the car?
2004 Subaru WRX STI.
Okay, whatever. So anyways, we're gonna go pick it up from a guy that we've never met. Hopefully it all goes well. We'll take the time to do a little bit of a road trip. We'll visit some sites along the way, and hopefully the car doesn't break down on us. And we'll bring you along. Oh, and a side note, I forgot my hat. I feel naked without my hat. Do I look naked without my hat? Anyways. Welcome to Halifax. Well, little known fact, this is the birthplace of the Great Banana. Yes, 55 years ago, I was born here. Okay, you know you're in Halifax when you can buy lobster at the airport. So the owner of the car was nice enough to pick us up at the airport and bring us straight to the car.
Oh no, it'll be in there. Stuff. This is all rust proof.
Is that all?
They never change.
Jeez, looks like a rally car. It is.
This thing, it pulls.
Next stop was Service, Nova Scotia.
2 hours later.
Bingo! Paperwork done. Let the road trip begin. First stop, lunch. Okay, we just had to come to a nice local seafood restaurant. It's called Murphy's. Nice decor. Unfortunately, lobster is not in season, but we were told that the fish is always fresh. Okay, not a good time to start learning how to drive.
Hey, look at that.
Oh,
Okay, wow.
it's clearing up, thank goodness.
Wow, that was quick. Good time.
Wow, crazy weather can change pretty quick. Time to turn off the wipers. So our plan was to break this up into 3 days, 6 hours each day, with a stop in Grand Falls, New Brunswick, Montreal, and then back home. Good morning, day 2 of our road trip. And I forgot to take, well, I couldn't take a picture of our little bed and breakfast because we arrived here late at like 10:30 at night. But, well, quaint little, typical little bed and breakfast. It's antique looking and smells like musty cottage, but it was nice. And now we're heading downstairs for breakfast. The host was really friendly. In fact, actually, everybody in the Maritimes is friendly. Even the cats are friendly. Oh. And he's purring and everything. Oh, and he lets me rub his belly. Okay. Oh.
That's fun.
Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, that's right. You push the clutch in.
First off.
Good, yeah. Yes. There you go. Nice. Oh, no. Second.
Clutch in second.
Oh,
And
no. Now you stop.
Ah.
Start again.
Oh, I hate this. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more gas. That's it. That's good. And second gear. Let off gas. Yep. Good. Nice.
Right?
Now you're moving. Right.
Take the next right on.
And with that, I think we're ready to go on the highway. So we just entered Quebec, and we've heard horror stories about getting tickets here, so we've set the cruise control for 5 kilometers below the speed limit. And yes, I am yelling because this car is so loud. Okay, poutine number 1. Eating it on top of our spoiler from Normandy's. How is it?
Good. Very good.
Alright, we'll see. Okay, here we are in the famous Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City. This is our pit stop for the day, and I'm going to show Tyler. There's that very famous statue outside, and it's the beautiful city of Quebec City. If you haven't been here, it's really nice. Old Town can get pretty busy, but if you don't mind the crowds, you'll enjoy it. Now here they have, you know, signs explaining what's going on, but notice there is no English. I mean, even in France and in Spain, they would have an English translation somewhere. I think they do it just out of spite. Ooh, what a day. We're finally in Montreal and we're in our Airbnb. It's got 2 bedrooms, so it's like a little condominium. And it looks like it's in downtown Montreal, so wow. Okay, when in Montreal, we gotta come for poutine. This is poutine number 2. How does it compare, Tyler?
It is better.
Is it?
Gravy is thicker and richer.
Nice. And a hot dog. Yum. Okay, next stop. We had to walk quite a ways to get here. Beijing dumplings. Supposedly has good soup dumplings. Actually, it was just across the street from where we were. So we walked around a bit, but to be honest, we were pretty tired from a lot of driving. So we ended up going back to the Airbnb and crashing early. Well, welcome to day 3. We are 3 hours out of Toronto, and so glad to get out of Quebec. but now we're into traffic on the 401, typical. But this is good practice for Tyler being in traffic. How do you feel, Tyler? Better?
My foot hurts.
Yes. Get used to it. All right, we're here at a diner in Cobourg, Ontario. And this is about as typical diner food as you can get. Hot roast beef with gravy and chicken souvlaki. Yum. So it's even got salad. So the original plan was for us to switch driving once we got in the city, but Tyler wants to give it a shot.
I got this.
Trial by fire. And all manual driver's nightmare, traffic. But so far, not too bad. Hasn't stalled out yet.
Don't say that.
Well, we made it. That was nerve-wracking at the end. I just switched at the last second here just to park in the parking garage. But we made it. Car made it. Didn't break down. We made it alive. So anyways, trip done. Congratulations, Tyler.
Trip done.
So overall, it was a nice father-son trip. And fast forward 3 weeks later now, he's been driving it all around. The car's been performing great. And for Father's Day, he even got me this nice commemorative mug. So anyways, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned because I'll have more content to come on the next episode of The Adventures of the Great Banana.